order. Can we please rise for the flag salute? Is Chief Cahill out there? Yes?
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Okay. Then I will lead us. I pledge allegiance
To the flag.
like, to the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
I get
Okay.
a view of the city hall flag directly from my window.
Aren't you lucky?
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Wind
I
out of
don't
the
have
north
that.
today.
Okay, I don't want that. Okay, hold on. Thank you anyway, Jen. Lisa, can you please give us a roll call? Lisa? Why can't I hear Lisa?
Nobody can hear Lisa.
Lisa, unmute yourself.
She did.
We
No,
can't hear.
or something wrong with her mic. She was unmuted.
Now her and Cindy are trying to be in the same office together, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I don't think they can be in the same office together.
Yeah, you'll get echo.
Yeah. All right, Lisa, you want to do it and we'll read your lips? You want to do cards, Lisa, do cards. Commissioner Kriebel,
There, you can call roll.
I'm going to call roll. Commissioner Kriebel,
Here.
Commissioner Landgraf,
Here.
Mayor Holtzman, here. Pursuant to the Open Publics Meeting Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with the law. Tonight, we do not have any presentations. We do not have any department head reports, and we are not discussing capital. So for anyone out there on Zoom from the public, what we do is we have the first part of this meeting is our workshop where we discuss everything that we will be voting on the second half of the meeting, which will be our regular meeting. The following items are scheduled for action at our regular portion of the meeting. We will be approving the minutes of January 13th, 2022. There is no introductions of any new ordinances. We do not have any public hearings or adoptions of ordinances. So we will go right to the resolutions that we will be voting on by consent. As we've done in the past, Commissioner Landgraf and Kriebel, I'm going to go through them. I know I have an LL next to one, and I actually have a Chief Cahill next to the other one. If Chief's not here, Commissioner Kriebel can jump in. Okay, so we'll start with Resolution 2022-078, and that's authorizing certain non-union part-time employees not covered under union contracts for an adjustment in their annual salary for 2022. Next is 2022-079. That's approving the promotion of Wayne Coleman to sewer repair / water repair, part of our civil service consultant. Desk audits. The next is 2022-080, and that's approving the promotion of Joseph Donato to sewer repair and / water repair. Same, our civil service expert. The next LL, I have you next to it. It's authorizing the mayor to execute shared services agreement with the city of Brigantine for licenses, water and sewer operator service.
Yes,
can you-
so the city of Brigantine does not, their water licensed holder is retiring. They reached out to Ed and Ernie, as Ernie has those licenses. So we will be working with a shared service agreement that Ernie will spend several hours a week with the city of Brigantine and helping with their certifications and what he does for us.
Gotcha.
So we're going to share his expertise. Ernie has a huge reputation in the county and our region as doing his job very, very well. We are thrilled to have him. We're also
Absolutely.
happy. I'm sorry.
I said, absolutely.
We're also happy to share his expertise. Brigantine reached out. They will be compensating us for that time. They will also have a side contract with Ernie to cover some of his time for his license. But this is the shared service agreement with them between the two cities. And we think it's a good deal for both sides. It gets their system as monitored as ours is. And I thank Ed and Ernie Berth both for working through this and getting this done.
Great. Thank you.
And Mayor Sarah said the same thing. I talked to him last night from Brigantine, and he was happy to have Ernie on board. So it's a
Great.
good deal for both sides.
Thank you. Next is 2022-082, and that is authorizing closing the boat ramp and authorizing no parking at Ski Beach from Friday, June 10th to Sunday, June 12th for the Paddle for a Cause fundraiser.
Yep.
Next is 2022-083, and it's approving a license agreement for the Dean Randazzo Cancer Foundation on June 11th, 2022, and authorizing the waiver of fees during this fundraiser. The next is 2022-084, and that's approving a license agreement for the Down Beach Seafood Festival in September of 2022 and authorizing certain closures during the Seafood Festival. Next is 2022-085, awarding the contract to Sosh. Did I say that right, Lance? Sosh Architects for professional
Yes.
service relating to the Ventnor Pier concession conversion not to exceed $8,500.
Correct.
The next is 2022-086, and this is authorizing Ventnor to apply for the LEAP implementation grant in the amount of $50,000. That's where I had Chief Cahill, because his name was on the resolution, just to get a little more information on this. Is there
I'd ask
anybody?
Ed, can you assist with explaining some of that one?
Yeah, that's,
Ed?
Actually, so I'm familiar with the program, but this resolution actually authorizes an application that I believe is between OEM. So I think I saw Donna was on this call. She
I'm
may have
on.
more insight. Hi,
Oh,
Donna.
okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Donna. Can you just give us a little snippet of what it is?
So this is for us as the lead agency for Ventnor OEM to apply for shared services with Margate and Longport OEM. And it's for us to be able to put in the application for a $50,000 grant that we would receive, and that we would use it as a command trailer that we can use for weather events, if there's any problem with hurricanes, things like that, or any type of social community event that we can take it out for different items like seafood and things like that. We can have it on site, and we can all share it between Ventnor, Margate, and Longport.
Thank you.
is there more cost associated other than the 50,000 for the trailer? That seems light for the trailer. It's just the grant. That's just the grant, right?
That's the grant for the trailer. It should be able to cover the cost for the trailer, and then each municipality should be able to put in up to $5,000 each to supplement the 25% cost that goes to the municipality.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that the 50K is a portion of it, I believe, right? And then
That's
the LEAP
We
grant
would
covers the rest.
apply for, which is 75%, and then we're responsible for 25%.
That's what I
Okay.
meant.
That's what I thought. Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay, the next one is 2022-087, and that's authorizing setting the date of an abandoned vehicle auction, which is March 15th from 10 to noon at the Providence Towing Facility on 3301 Arctic Avenue.
Right.
Now, the next item says the same thing, but the reason is because it's two different vehicles, but I'll read it. It's 2022-088, and that's authorizing setting a date of the abandoned vehicle auction. Same information that I gave on the previous resolution. The next is 2022-089, authorizing a change order, the one final for concrete and drainage improvements for Richardson's Troy Avenue. Correct me if I'm wrong, the change order is actually a reduction of $27,604, correct?
That is
Lance-
correct, Mayor. Yes.
Correct,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you. The next is 2022-090, and that's approving rates, charges, and fees for the year of 2022 for the Recreation Department, in the city of Ventnor, and there's no changes since last year. The next is 2022-091. That's authorizing indemnification to Atlantic County for the Block Party County road closure. And the reason we have to do this is because that part of Atlantic Avenue, which is owned by the county, not us, and I don't think anybody can give us an answer why. Anyway, next is 2022-092, authorizing no parking during the block party. Next is 2022-093, authorizing certain closures and no parking during the Rock and Roll Half Marathon event. Next, 2022-094, authorizing the purchasing agent to prepare plan specifications and publicly bid well number 9 construction for the city of Ventnor.
Just to circle back on that, Mayor, we had
Yes.
hoped to go out as a vendor. We asked for 3 prices. The prices came back in over our thresholds. We have to go out to full spec and bid.
Great, thank you. The next is 2022-095, appointing Blaney, Donahoe, and Weinberg PC as Labor Relations Counsel not to exceed 30,000. The next is 2022-096, authorizing the application and execution of a grant application for drinking water grant from the United States Environmental Protection Agency.
I'll
The
talk
next
about
is-
both of these in the discussion items.
Okay. The next is 2022-097, approving the submittal of an application of the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection and the New Jersey Environmental Infrastructure Trust for the infrastructure projects. Okay. Then we will have approval of our bills and payrolls. And do we have any discussion items?
None.
Yeah,
Not yet?
I
Okay.
do.
You do.
I do. There's
Sam.
nothing listed, but I think it's a good time to bring this up. And those last 2 resolutions will bear some of that. Both of those that are involved in this project, correct?
Yes, the last one for sure, the 96 resolution really has to do with schools, but it does
Okay.
touch on the water
Right.
system. Yes.
So in the state's infinite wisdom, back in July, they passed law, chapter 183. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Back in July of last year, they passed a law that is the Lead Infrastructure Act, essentially, that requires every municipality in the state to replace all of their lead service lines and or galvanized service lines for their water system. A lot of this comes out of the Flint, Michigan issues. A lot of the issues come out of the Newark water issues as well. There is no provisions in this that say if you don't have a lead water problem, you don't have to do this. They don't care. Had a very lengthy conversation with the NJDEP yesterday. They were very clear about it. The law says this, you must comply. And the reason I say that is the threshold for lead in our drinking water is 15 parts per billion with a B. Ventnor, over the last several years, and Ernie provided this information to me, has ranged from a high in 2011 of 2.4 parts per billion to just last year at 1.2 parts per billion. So we are well below this threshold that where it becomes a problem for our drinking water. But the state is requiring us to replace all of the galvanized service lines that may exist within the city of Ventnor. We have some very rough estimates of what that's going to cost at this point. Those estimates range from $32 million to upwards of $50+ million. We are going to be applying for funds from the federal government, from the state, and anybody who has money that will help us with this infrastructure. This is, in my opinion, I'll go back to a Tim McGuire directive, always say it with that phrase. The state's overreaching here. There's not enough money to do all this for every municipality. And this is not just in the streets. This runs from our water main to individual properties into the building, at the building's exterior wall. So we're going to be responsible over the next 10 years to replace any galvanized service line from the main to the person's building where it connects to their house. Huge cost to municipalities, municipality of our size. This is going to be, exorbitant cost. We are talking with state legislatures. I brought it up to Senator Palestina, Assemblypersons Guardian and Swift today in a meeting I had with them. I'll be raising it again next week when we talk individually. This is a huge impact to small communities. So I just wanted to get it out there. So one, Beth and Tim understand, the mayor and Commissioner Kriebel understand the impact of this. And that our residents, the few that listen to our commission meetings anymore, get some of this information out. We're going to continue to push back on this. You will get a letter in the next probably 2 to 3 weeks from us. That is a form letter that the state is making us send to you. That letter will tell you there is lead in your water. We will not tell you how low that percentage is or that parts per billion is. We will follow that up with a subsequent cover letter in that same envelope that explains where we are with our water system. I think it's not appropriate for the state to require this. This letter specifically, it was supposed to go out by January 27th. I don't know that any municipality has sent this letter out yet. Everyone I've talked to in Atlantic County has not sent the letter out. So this is the things that keep me up at night, that the state is forcing on us. State mandate, state pay. They should be paying for this.
I was just going to
Not
say
us.
that.
Not us as residents. This is well beyond their reach. Look, if our parts per billion were even close to the 15, I would be jumping up and down. We got to do this. They're forcing us to do this over 10 years. This is going to cost millions, tens of millions of dollars. So I'm frustrated. We will try and get more information from the DEP, from the state, from our legislators. See if there's any way we can push this out or get more money. If they're going to tell us we have to do it, you got to pay for it, guys. And I said this to them the other day, just like you did with the Dune project. You paid for the majority of it. We'll come in with a proportionate share, and we're going to look for grants like the one we're applying for tonight to help us with that. But this started out as maybe we thought, okay, a couple million, $10 million. It grew exponentially as we got into it. So there's no need to panic. Our water is clean. Our water is fine. We do not have the lead issues that other municipalities may have, but we're being treated like we do.
Right.
And it's extremely frustrating to see this. And I'll stop talking because I'm just getting more aggravated.
Well, I have a question for you, Lance. If there's on this subject, just so I'm clear, if I'm a homeowner, the word lead in my water does raise concerns. But the fact is, and correct me if I'm wrong, and this is my question, there is no lead in galvanized pipe, correct?
Right, but their definition, and Ed did some research for me, and I'm going to read right from Public Law 2021, Chapter 183. DEP provided an attached copy. I'm reading his note to me. The law does define lead service line as including galvanized lines. The law also defines service line as including the property owner side and system side of the service line, and states from the water main to the building.
Right. And so from my brief reading, galvanized, so I guess that's what I'm saying, just from a layman's point of view, even there's no imminent danger because the pipe does not contain lead. In fact, they include it on that list because if it were to degrade over time, potentially lead could accumulate on degraded galvanized, but there's no actual lead that we're removing in the process.
We are removing galvanized, correct?
Right. So it just makes it even more diluted that they're
agreed
to do this.
Completely agree.
And Commissioner, if I could just interject one, just to continue with your points. We do not have a water quality issue, but the state has passed a law identifying galvanized lines as lead service lines. So the letter that
Right.
just about every every property in Ventnor will receive by certified mail that we are required by law to send will say that we've identified your property as having a lead service line. We do not have lead service lines.
Right.
We have galvanized service lines. So a key point that we need
Right.
to get out to the public is we don't have lead service lines. We don't have a water quality issue,
Right.
but the state is saying galvanized, is being categorized as a lead service line. And the other is the order of magnitude. It is almost every property in Ventnor likely that will receive this letter or close to every property, maybe like 95% of the properties is going to get this certified letter. And we don't have a water quality issue.
Can we get something out on our, can we get something on our website and Facebook?
We will. We're working on all that, Mayor. And here's the other kicker. You know how much that's going to cost just to send the letter? Because it's got to be
Yeah.
certified?
I just, when you said that, I started panicking.
Between
And we gotta
25
pay
and
for
20, between $25,000 and $28,000 to mail a
Oh,
certified letter
wow.
to our residents. It's completely baffling that the state has no clue what they're imposing on small municipalities. Here's an example of what that is. That's one child going to Atlantic City High School for a year.
Right.
So
Which
if I
is-
if I could interject one thing, Mark and I actually attended that meeting on Zoom with the DEP as well. And the questions and concerns that are being raised here tonight were being raised to the gentleman who was running the meeting. And he just kept saying, you can apply for money. There's not enough money for everybody, so you should apply for money. And
Yeah.
whoever owns the water system is responsible. And that was his stock answer to every question.
So here's the funny part about that.
Hmm.
If your system is owned by New Jersey American Water, that's George Norcross. That name ring a bell with anybody?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Well, let me just put maybe some light on this, Lance, maybe so you won't get so aggravated. But before this meeting, I attended the Board of Directors meeting for the New Jersey Conference of Mayors. And ironically, they did a search prior to me being appointed for a new executive director. And the person that they selected is a woman who has 34 years with the state DEP department. And she, the past 6 years, she was the director of local government assistance. And she was mentioning how things, especially things related to DEP, infrastructure, yada, yada, that she will now be on the other side. She's retiring from the state the end of March. So she'll be the executive director of the New Jersey Conference of Mayors, a louder voice for the counties and the municipalities. So might have to get in touch with her real soon.
What's her name?
Is Carrie?
Carrie Flug?
Yes.
She was on the call with me yesterday.
All right. Well, she's
She's
retiring.
our liaison with DEP. She's the community liaison
Right.
with DEP. So she knows she was on the hour call we were on yesterday.
Okay, great. Well, she will be the state of New Jersey executive director of the Conference of Mayors. Start right April 1 probably when she retires. She's retiring. So
Good.
so that she will be at a different.
She's
Different-
responsive. She picks up the phone when I need to talk to her and
Yes.
reaches out to us. If I haven't
Yes.
talked to her in a while, she'll reach out.
Well,
That's, good
I
news.
left the meeting before they confirmed it, but that was it was pretty much a done deal. So
That's good news.
I thought that is good news. I'll put some good news because I think and if she already knows what's going on, then
She knows my complaints.
well that's what I'm saying. But
I'm
then
sure she does.
And she's got the experience with DEP, so guess what? Now she'll be on the other side of the street. So I think it's a positive. So,
Good. All right.
all right,
That's all I have. That was a mouthful.
that's okay. That's good. Thank you. Tim, do you have any discussion items you wanted to bring up?
No, just some things in my report section, nothing to
Okay.
discuss.
Okay, and then we'll move on to the public portion. This is for anybody in the public that would like to discuss anything that we will be voting on tonight. Then we will have another one at the end of the meeting for anything else you would like to discuss. So do I have a motion to open the public portion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, go ahead, Jim. Is there anybody out there, by the way?
There's a few people. Is there anybody from the public who wishes to speak on any of the items that are being voted upon tonight? Please make yourself known within Zoom by raising your hand or within the chat feature, and you'll be recognized. Once recognized, you may turn your camera on, give your name and address, and address the commission. I don't see anyone.
Okay, do I have a motion to close public portion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, do I have a motion to close the workshop portion of the meeting and call to order our regular meeting?
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of January 13th, 2022?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
Lisa, are you able to do roll call?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Kriebel,
Yes.
Commissioner Langgraf,
Yes.
Mayor Holtzman.
Yes. We do not have any ordinances to introduce, no public hearings, and no adoptions. So the next is, do I have a motion to adopt the resolutions 2022-078 through 2022-097 by consent?
Make a motion to adopt resolutions by consent 2022-078 through 097.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
Lisa, roll call, please.
Commissioner Kriebel,
Yes.
Commissioner Langgraf,
Yes.
Mayor Holtzman.
Yes. Al's out there, correct?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Al, can you give us our bills and payroll for this period?
Yes, the bill list for this period was $5,167,727.71. And the payroll for this period was $588,751.40.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve bills and payroll stated from our CFO?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
Lisa, roll call, please.
Commissioner Kriebel,
Yes.
Commissioner Langgraf,
Yes.
Mayor Holtzman.
Yes. Okay, we usually skip, the announcement safety report. So the next thing we're at is commissioner comments and reports. So, I think Commissioner Kriebel, you said you had a few?
Yeah, nothing major in detail. I just want to thank Ed and the rest of the team that's working on the Beach Patrol headquarters, the meetings that have been going on there. I've been in touch with them a little bit about the details, sort of like tweaking the design here and there from different views from the boardwalk, with some detail choices, some siding choices. But as you can see, as you go along the boardwalk, that building has got quite a presence. The roof line is starting to come about, and I think it's going to be something we can all be proud of for years to come. On that topic, Ed and I met with Bill McLeese and his staff on replacing the stage and the preliminary design that we approved in previous meetings for him to pursue. We'll take that design to the next step and bring it to you and to some of the other people that use that space, like Donna that's on this call, to get to vet sort of like the site plan and the use and the actual stage itself. But it actually triples the size of the stage, and it has more of in keeping with the other buildings on the boardwalk. So the finishes and the style will be in keeping with the pier house, the lifeguard station, and now this new sort of mini amphitheater with a open air ceiling and a larger stage front and then doing and then possibly even a gate of some kind to not to keep people out, but just to show that they've arrived at a city location. So that was a great meeting. And then lastly, I just want to mention that the thank the VBA for inviting us to their meeting at Nucky's. Maybe we were all there, but it was just a pleasure to see. People came up to me that were starting new businesses in the city. And I think that's some of the things that just we talked about that night, but we've always wanted to see happen. And now we're seeing all these other areas futuristically being filled with smaller businesses that are going to improve their facades, that are going to improve the foot traffic, that are going to make the downtowns a place that people actually go to and make our town a little livelier. So that was a great meeting, and I have a lot of hopes and confidence that group is going to make things happen.
I agree. The vibe in that room was very powerful that night.
Yep. Yeah, from lots of different ways.
Yes, yes. Okay. Anything else, Commissioner Kribel?
No.
Commissioner Landgraf?
Just to follow up on Tim's comment and your comments, Mayor, on the VBA and Brenda Dowd and the work that she's done to put this together and to really bring our business owners to the same page. I don't think we've ever had that.
No.
With our business owners here in the city. And, they put us on the spot that night. They told us they're coming to us with a committee. They want to sit with us and make suggestions, air concerns.
Right.
And I know I, for one, welcome that. I think that's a great way for them to bring their concerns to us and get an ear from us. And then we know what their issues are, and we can hopefully move forward. I talked to, and I'm looking forward to it. North Beach Cafe is opening up this weekend. He's been shut down for COVID and in the wintertime a little bit. He's excited, the energy that he feels, and he's been a business owner in the community for a long time. So it was good to hear from John and his crew there. And some of the new businesses you talked about, Tim, that were there, they were excited to be in Ventnor. One guy I spoke with, Jeff, he said, 10 years ago, friends of his wouldn't go near this town. And now they're all buying houses here. They wouldn't even come visit. Now they're buying homes here. So it's exciting. It's exciting times in our community. We have to keep that momentum, keep things moving and help the businesses where we can, help our residents where we can as well. So I really don't have anything else. Thanks, Mayor.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, just to add, I remember as soon as I walked in, one of the business owners grabbed me and he said, "Ventnor's on fire." Not literally, thank God. Yeah, not literally.
Wasn't Chief grabbing you and saying that, right?
Sorry. He said Ventnor's on. He meant by economic growth,
We know.
and the amount of businesses and the different businesses, the diversity of businesses. It's just exciting. The vibe in that room was great that night, and I agree. Brenda, she took the bull by the horns and she started it, and then she's got Rory with her and Maria and Alicia, and whoever else. It's just a great team of people that will not drop the ball and let this not work. You could just see it, you could feel it, and then all the businesses have already bought into the idea and the organization. So I was I left there really feeling really good. So that's all I had to say. And so next we'll jump to the public portion. This is for the public. If you have anything you'd like to say that we did not discuss. So do I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, go ahead, Jim.
Anybody from the public who wishes to speak on any items, please make yourself known within Zoom by raising your hand or within the chat feature, and you'll be recognized. Once recognized, you may turn your camera on, give your name and address, and address the commission.
This is your chance, John Henderson. You got free reign of the mic. Nothing.
Okay.
Give him a sec.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
There you go. There he is.
You never want to say, hey, you've got the mic, John Henderson.
Absolutely, I do. You
Yeah.
brighten my day every time I get to hear you speak.
Hey, John.
Hey, what's going on, Beth? What's going on, Tim? How's everybody making out?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh,
Good to see
trying
you.
to trouble. It's all I got. So now I think we're pretty stoked about returning to Ventnor. I think, the past 2 years have been fantastic. I don't see why the third wouldn't be even better than the past two. So we're excited to come back, especially, so far past some of this COVID craziness. We think we can have a 10 to 15,000 person year, weather provided.
Oh, that's great.
Right.
Well,
Awesome.
we love having you. It's one of my all-time favorite events. I think you do such a great job that everybody leaves with this feeling that area is being used in the ultimate way it should be used. So thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah, now we've heard through the rumor mill that Atlantic City looks like they're going to try to produce their own seafood fest. So, yeah, we'll just have to still show them how it's actually done.
That's right.
You do a wonderful job. It's like a well-oiled machine. I mean, and then when you leave, you would never know you were there and thousands of people were there. So you have a hell of a crew.
Yeah.
Well, we like to think that when we come in, we're part of the community. We do the community justice. So if we left it, in worse shape than we got there, what kind of community members would we be?
Right.
We
And
appreciate
then you would
it.
have to hear from me, John.
Yeah, and I don't want any parts of that.
No, and it shows, and I think it probably shows with your vendors too. Like they all seem like they're doing really well. You didn't run out of beer last time, so that was good.
They stocked
also-
up more this
we also
time,
had to keep
second
an eye on
year.
Chance was too. So that's
No, we're so happy to have you there, and always reach out if anything comes up on my departments if you need anything.
oh no, we appreciate it. You guys have treated it like it's our home. So we really appreciate that. I mean, it's not a common occurrence that you get a municipality that embraces, this kind of thing. So I can't tell you how far that goes with us, and we really appreciate it.
We're honored to have you in our city for the third year.
Yep.
Well, we'll make you proud. No worries.
I know
Good.
you will.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Thanks everybody. Thanks for all your support.
Anyone else, Jim?
If anybody else from the public wishes to speak on any items, please make yourself known within Zoom by raising your hand or within the chat feature and you'll be recognized. No takers.
Okay, do I have a motion to close public portion?
Motion to close.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
We do not have an executive session tonight. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I will second that motion.
All in
Thank you.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thanks all.
Thank you.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Bye.
Good night, Nat.
Good night all.